Coyette the Barber, also known as the Real Rideshare Barber and VIP partner for TripRides. Really excited today. Yes, I do have the replay for the training, which is going to be coming up just in a few minutes. But just before that, I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know what, here, we're all here because, you know, we've been looking for a solution to the ongoing problems in the rideshare industry, delivery industry. And here at TripRides and TripDelivers, we actually do have a solution. So I just encourage everybody to really pay attention to this training, because once you get it, and I'm going to use keyword here is duplicate what they're doing. And when it comes to onboarding of restaurants, onboarding of drivers, and you duplicate this and you just get really good at this, you can add an extra income to already whatever you're doing. If you're doing deliveries or you're picking up riders, you can add additional income. You just gotta pay attention and trust me, because here, actually, you know what? We all want to have our own businesses, and with TripRides, you actually get the chance to be able to do that. So, like I said again, please pay attention. Get this stuff. Get to know it as quick as possible, because once you know it, you can start sharing it with the people who you know in your area to basically maximize on your finances. So, without further ado, here's a training. Take care. Have a great day.
Hello.
Hey, Art.
Hey there. I've just been having tons of internet trouble. Sorry about that.
No, you're totally fine. So it looks like we're about a minute away from starting. Looks like we have some pretty good attendees so far. So 54, 56 are currently attending, which is great.
I see that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we'll give it
Courtney
another...
yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so are you going to be able to handle doing going through the PowerPoint yourself? And I'll be here to help answer questions.
That's exactly right.
Perfect. And since you were the host, I can let her know we probably don't even need her now.
Perfect.
I was just concerned if I was host and my internet went down, we'd be done.
Yeah, no problem. I can be the internet host.
Got it. Perfect.
All right.
Let her know.
Okay. All right, guys. So it looks like it's right at 6 o'clock. So we will be nice with your time and courteous and make sure that we get started on time. So for everyone that doesn't know, my name is Shanna, and I am the head of our restaurant and grocery delivery. So basically what I will help with is getting drivers trained on how to sell restaurants. My background comes from restaurants and working at other third-party delivery companies and also owning a restaurant. So I know all aspects of third-party delivery and kind of what it's also like to be a restaurateur and kind of the struggles that you go through. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. And basically what we're going to do is go over a very great PowerPoint that's basically going to teach anyone that knows nothing about restaurant and the restaurant space to being able to comfortably talk to and sell a restaurateur. And then we do have Art here who's going to answer questions. So anytime you have questions, just type them into the chat. We'll stop periodically and make sure all those questions are answered and then continue on. So I just want to thank everyone for coming and let you know that we do have these trainings scheduled every day this week, but they will be repeats of tonight. So you don't necessarily have to come to every single one. So everyone's asked, why restaurants? So more and more restaurants rely on delivery to make as much as 85% of their annual revenue. The downfall with traditional third-party delivery companies, and when we say traditional third-party, we are talking about like the Grubhub, the DoorDashes, the UbeReats of the world, is that they charge a commission on each of the orders that are made through their platform. And a restaurant can give away up to 40% in commission and fees to these third-party delivery companies. In addition to those obscene commission, third-party companies also mark up the food, which charges the consumer more than if they were to eat in the restaurant or just do takeout on their own. So Tryp is looking to completely change this model and leave more money in the pockets, not only of the consumers, but also of the restaurant owners. So how do restaurants currently turn a profit? So they turn a profit by taking the cost of goods sold plus their labor cost plus their controllable and non-controllable expenses out of obviously their revenue or what they've sold. So there's some control in the factors involved with increasing their profit. For instance, a restaurant can improve sales to increase revenue. However, simply increasing the revenue might not help if the restaurant's costs are too high, or the restaurant may have an opportunity to reduce costs, like reducing the cost of the goods sold, cutting labor costs, or reducing controllable expenses, which are all a good option. So let's think that a restaurant has increased their revenue by 30%, but that 30% was all to a traditional third-party delivery that comes with 40% commission and fees. You've now left yourself not really that much profitable, if even more at all profitable, because you have not controlled your expenses. So when you go to sit with a restaurant, you're going to want to know their vocabulary and their terms so that when they hit you with something like cost of goods or controllable expenses, that you're going to be able to at least converse with them and be able to know exactly what they're talking about. So these are just some common terms that you will find when speaking to a restaurateur. So casual dining. So casual dining restaurants are going to offer a casual ambiance where formal dress is unnecessary and the food is moderately priced. And table service usually includes food either being pre-plated on a platter, but no buffet option. Cost of goods sold is the combined cost of the food, beverage, napkins, cups, etc. And your cost of goods sold should never be more than 30%. Now, this is going to be a big one when sitting down with restaurant owners. They are going to hit you with their food cost and their cost of goods sold. So just because a food cost might be 30%, you also have to keep in mind that that's not just your food. That's also the napkins and the to-go bag and all of the additional things that they might purchase to make that item better quality to go. There's also commissary kitchens, which is basically just a kitchen where food is prepared and distributed to multiple locations. Those are highly profitable for third-party delivery companies because they don't have the overhead of a full sit-down restaurant. It's basically a smaller facility that's just a kitchen. You also have your controllable expenses. So that's usually the combination of sales, cost of goods sold, and labor. And then your controllable expenses include like your utilities, supplies, cash overage or shorts, any kind of miscellaneous expenses, uniforms, etc. And these expenses should be no more than 5 to 8% of the sale. You also have a type of restaurant called a fast casual, which isn't really fast food, but isn't quite casual, somewhere there, hybrid in the middle. So think of this as like a Panera Bread, a Five Guys Burgers and Fries, Jimmy John's, Chipotle, that sort of thing. And then you have fixed costs. So those are all your fees, your taxes, your insurance, your rent, your marketing. It's all of the things that don't change. And those are ideally no more than 30% of the sale. So when you add that to your food cost and your fixed cost and your controllable and non-controllable, you'll see that there's actually very little profit in owning a restaurant, but it's all about volume. So it's taking that profit multiplied over daily, over and over and over to be able to get to a good spot. And that's why delivery and the way that Tryp is going to do delivery is so important. And then food cost is simply what a menu item costs to prepare. So if the cost of a chicken entree with the meat, the sauce, the veggies, the starch is your food cost. And most restaurants run between a 30 and 40% food cost. But remember, this does not include the overhead that it's needed before you can even start to turn a profit. You've also have the holding time. So what is the amount of time a dish can be held after it's prepared? This is really important when speaking about delivery. How fast are we getting our drivers there? How fast are they fixing the food? And making sure that that holding time adds up in the middle so that food isn't arriving cold. And then the labor should be less than 30% of your total sales. And then an upscale restaurant aimed for a combined cost of labor plus cost of goods sold at 55%. So a few more restaurant vocab and then we'll stop for questions is your point of sale. So your point of sale system is your register. It's what robust system that you're using to track your sales, your menu items, your popularity, your inventory. And we are going to integrate with most restaurant POS systems for seamless ordering, which is also going to allow the ticket to populate in a system and for the order ticket to be generated and sent to the kitchen to be prepared. So you'll hear us talking a little bit about a tablet, and a tablet is definitely an option for those restaurants who don't have a real robust POS system. But if we are speaking about a restaurant with a more advanced POS, you definitely want to speak to them about integrating so that that is a seamless ordering process. A pop-up restaurant's not really a food truck, but a pop-up restaurant where it is a temporary sit-down location where you can test or launch different concepts before breaking into a brick and mortar. And that could be good for a few days or a few weeks with that live audience. Sales, more is always better, but many brands aim for 4% year-over-year increase in sales. Now this year, they probably will be happy with breaking even, but hopefully with Tryp, we can change that because we won't be charging such a high commission per order. And then restaurants inside a restaurant, it's all about that table turn. How fast can you turn over and get that food served and those people out the door so that you can turn that table and make a profit in an hour? So some people want to do 2 table turns per hour. So then basically they're getting people in and out in 30 minutes. And then obviously a slow turnover rate means people have to wait longer. And also that table might sit empty. So you're making less of a profit. So Art, are there any current questions that can't be answered? That
No,
we need?
there have been a few, and I've just been responding to them as they pop up as best I can.
Perfect.
Excuse my typing.
So nothing that we need to address verbally.
No.
Okay, perfect. So we'll keep going. So like I said earlier with the tablet, so that tablet is a mobile device that's going to allow like an iPad or an Android tablet. It's going to allow for orders to populate. And most of the third-party companies do tablets and they don't quite have integration to the POS. So for us to be able to offer integration to the POS is steps above some of those third-party companies. And then you have quick service restaurants, QSRs, also known as fast food. Everyone's familiar with these. They're the Subways, McDonald's, Burger King's, KFC's, Taco Bell, Wendy's of the world. They've all made great strides in third-party delivery and having partnerships with delivery companies to be able to deliver. However, your sweet spot's really not going to be your fast food or your QSR. When you are looking for, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, the ultimate best high turning restaurant to be able to offer delivery to, it's going to be your locally owned casual dining. So it's your, place down the street that offers something that none of the chains do that you have to have tonight, but you can't get out to get it. That is going to be the sweet spot for really effective selection on our platform that are going to get our riders coming back, ordering time and time again. So exactly that, good segue. What type of restaurants are best for delivery? So it's that locally owned or locally owned franchise restaurant. So the key to a successful restaurant platform is all about selection. So chain restaurants actually do not make up the bulk of orders, but local restaurants do because they provide that quality selection and local flair that riders are looking for. So when calling on a restaurant, either by phone or walking in, it's easy to ask, are you locally owned? National large chains will be handled by the national team, but if you have an introduction, a referral bonus will be given if the national chain is one closed based on your introduction. So how do you approach a restaurant? Since national chains will be handled in-house by Tryp Corporate, it's important to first confirm whether or not the restaurant is locally owned with local decision makers. When calling a restaurant to make an appointment, or if you prefer to just walk in, make sure you're speaking with the decision maker, the owner or the manager. The key time for calling on a restaurant is between 2 and 4 p.m. Remember, the first impression is key, and walking in and trying to sell something during the height of a busy time, so right at noon or 12:30, may not only be difficult to do, but you may also leave a negative lasting impression. So how do you call? Do some research on the restaurant ahead of time so that when calling the restaurant, you know to ask for the manager or owner by name. It'll help you get past the gatekeeper a lot faster than if you just ask for the manager or the owner generically. Ask for the owner or manager by first name only and make the call sound personal because it'll help you get through. When calling, know your goal ahead of time. So before you ever pick up that phone, is your goal to sell them over the phone or is your goal to set an appointment? And know that because your approach should be very different. So the example for setting an appointment is, hi, my name is Shanna. I work with TripDelivers, and we offer a pickup and delivery solution where we do not charge you any percentage of your total order, which will save you tens of thousands of dollars per year on third-party food delivery commissions. Would you have time on Tuesday at 2 so I can come in and share the information with you? So key takeaways there. Be very specific on time and day. Remain concise. And always say share information. Why is that? Because information is free and it automatically brings your guard down. They don't assume that you're going to be selling them anything. Information is free. That's a very key word to use. So your possible outcomes here is they could totally hang up on you. Don't take it personally. You just try again another day or time, and you can follow up with an email. Most emails are found on the restaurant's website, so it's really easy to find. They could also give you another day and time that works better for them. So check your schedule and work it out for the both of you. So if you say Tuesday at 2 and they go, nope, Tuesday my food guy comes at 2. Okay, what time does he leave? Would 3 be okay? They could give you a reason they can't meet right now. Hey, we're about to renovate the restaurant. We're going to be closed for 3 months. Can you call me back? So you answer and follow up when requested. And they could ask for more information now, or they could just keep the conversation going. So they could say something like, well, what do you mean you don't charge third-party commission? So that means that 30% I'm giving DoorDash, I wouldn't have to give you. And if they seem like they have time now or they aren't opposed to speaking on the phone, like be ready to pitch and close them over the phone. So if you're calling from a market outside of yours, or if you prefer just to sell by phone, your phone script should be very different. So it's, hi, my name is Shanna. I work with TripDelivers, and we offer a pickup and delivery solution where we do not charge you any percentage of your total order, which will save you tens of thousands of dollars per year on third-party delivery commission. Do you currently use any delivery services like Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, DoorDash? If they say no, give an assumptive reply with something like, man, I don't blame you. With the high percentages that those delivery services charge, I wouldn't either. Or if they say yes, then follow it up with, oh, out of those third-party delivery companies, who sends you the most orders weekly? And from there, you can start doing the math very easily. So from there, you dig into the amount of commission they're giving away on orders to just that company, and then begin to listen for problems that you could solve using TripDelivers. Have a pen and paper handy to tally how much using those other services have cost the restaurant, and say something like, wow, if my calculations are correct, you've given away over $10,000 so far this year, and this year's not even half over. So key takeaways there is always ask open-ended questions, meaning questions that cannot be answered with a yes or no. You want to get them to open up and to talk. You want to find a pain point and listen for what needs that you can fill with Trip. Again, possible outcomes could be they totally hang up on you. Again, don't take it personally. Just try another day and time. Follow up with an email. They could brush you off for a later time or day. Use this opportunity to set an appointment either by phone or in person. Nowadays, lots of people sell by phone, especially during the current COVID situation. So setting an appointment and selling by phone will not be out of the ordinary. They could also give you a reason they can't meet now, and you could answer and follow up when requested. Or they could continue giving you buying signs, like asking questions, asking, well, what would that look like? How does that work? Well, what happens from here? And then you can keep the conversation going and get them sold. So we've also provided you with a sample follow-up email. So a simple email that you can, again, just change the good morning, afternoon, evening, add the name, obviously change your name and the dollar amounts. And from there, you're putting in a few links, and then you're easily able to send this out to customers over and over and over again as follow-up. Are there any questions that currently need any verbal answers?
No, we're still good there. I
Okay,
think. Yeah.
perfect. I'll keep going. So
Yep.
go ahead.
No, I just said, yep, keep going. You're doing
Okay,
great.
perfect. So how do traditional third-party delivery services work? So traditional third-party delivery companies like the DoorDashes, Grubhubs, Uber Eats of the world, they all charge a restaurant a commission on each order. So the commission will range anywhere from 20 up to even 50%, depending on the size of the restaurant and the negotiation skills of the owner. An average delivery order is $38.89, and the average commission is 30%. So that means that a restaurant is giving that third-party delivery company $11.66 per order. This is equivalent to their entire food cost. And if you remember from the terminology that we learned earlier, they don't really have 30% profit to give away. So the third-party delivery company also charges the consumers a delivery fee, a service fee, and then they almost always engage in menu markup, which means they charge higher and they keep that. They're not giving that to the restaurant. They're keeping that to make even more profit. So none of those scenarios are good for the restaurant or the consumer. So why TripDelivers? So TripDelivers is going to revolutionize the food delivery industry by charging a low, flat, per order fee for pickup and delivery and not charging any order commission. Restaurants will see more money in their pockets. In addition, with no menu markup, consumers will also see lower tickets. So TripDelivers offers the technology platform, affordable pricing, delivery drivers, and complete menu selection for restaurants to finally succeed in the pickup and delivery space. Drivers flock to Tryp because of higher earnings per delivery and the generous referral partner program that Tryp offers. TripDelivers drivers are true owner operators. They get their own merchant account and they receive 100% of the delivery fees and tips. Consumers are attracted to Tryp because of fast delivery, an easy ordering process, menu selection, low delivery costs, and no menu markup. So restaurants love working with Tryp because of the money they save over other third-party delivery companies. They also have the opportunity to become exclusive by offering their customers only TripDelivers, which cuts out all other third-party commissions. So you're probably wondering, well, how would they become exclusive and how would they do this? They basically, in their contracts with any other third-party delivery companies and storage, they only offer delivery through TripDelivers. And they do that to cut out and look like. So if restaurants delivery savings per year using Tryp over the competition. So if we took that same $38.89 average order and we were sounds like average third party company is sending, and we will eventually get our answer past that, which is 21,778 sales, which is 1,340 total delivery sales per. Hi guys, I think I lost the internet for a brief moment, but we're back. So we'll start at the beginning. Art, you can hear me now, correct, and see my screen?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Sorry about that brief little unstable internet, and we thought Art had the unstable internet.
No kidding.
So if we followed the same pattern of having the 20 orders per day, 560 per month, you basically are saving the customer or the restaurateur $73,674 on an annual basis. That's huge. That's enough to open a second location or enough to actually become profitable. That really is game changing when you're speaking to a restaurateur. So how does TripDelivers work for the restaurant? So obviously TripDelivers offers delivery without any of the third-party commissions. The restaurant's going to pay a one-time $149.99 activation fee. That basically is going to do the tablet or the POS integration, the menu upload, and the onboarding fee. The restaurant will then pay a flat fee of $3 per order for each order delivered, or $2 per pickup or in-house delivery, meaning we're not providing the delivery driver, they're doing their own in-house, or the order is being picked up. So if the restaurant chooses a deeper discount, they can also become a member. They pay a $99.99 low annual membership fee, which then drops their per order price to $2 and $1. So let's say that you're speaking to a small restaurant and they say, look, I want to get in for the lowest price I can right now. It would be the $149.99. And then they would be paying $3 per order delivered. And then once they can upgrade at a later time. But if you really think about it, that extra dollar is basically 100 orders. And if we saw that basically we're sending 20 per, on average, a third-party delivery company is sending 20 per week, then you would very quickly pay for that $100 and that dollar that you're going to save being a member versus not. The restaurant's also going to get their own merchant account, and funds will be deposited into the merchant's bank within 72 hours. So how does Tryp work for the driver? So we have a commission video here that I'd like to show you.
Every TripRides member is also a referral partner and has the opportunity to earn with our extremely lucrative and generous compensation plan. Whether you are a pro driver referral partner, a side hustle driver referral partner, or a rider and consumer referral partner, you can earn a part-time or full-time income that pays you daily residual income. If you're a pro driver referral partner, you'll earn 50% of the monthly fee of every driver you refer. And if your referral refers another driver, you'll earn 5% of that second level monthly fee too. If you're a side hustle referral partner, you'll earn 40% of the monthly fee of every driver you refer. And if you're a rider or consumer referral partner, which is always free to join, you'll earn 30% of the monthly fee of every driver you refer. So let's say you signed up as a pro driver and you referred just 10 pro drivers each at $99.99 per month. That's $500 of additional income per month. Now suppose those 10 pro drivers duplicate what you did and recruit 10 pro drivers each. That works out to 100 pro drivers on your second level, which pays you another $500 per month for a grand total of $1,000 monthly. But that's just the beginning. Whether you're a paid member or not, you'll earn every time any of your referrals takes a ride or orders pickup and delivery. If they take rides or order pickup and delivery from any grocer or retailer, you'll earn 40 cents every time, and your referrer will earn 10 cents. If you order food as a customer from a Tryp restaurant partner, you'll earn 10 cents every time. And if that's not enough, you can earn 40 cents and your referrer 10 cents every time a restaurant you sign up has a delivery order through TripDelivers. Imagine that! Plus, you'll earn commission on $99.99 of the restaurant's one-time $149.99 activation fee, an amount based on whether you're a pro, side hustle, or rider consumer referral partner, and a recurring revenue from the restaurant's annual membership should they choose to sign up for a member discount. So let's say you signed up 50 restaurants and Tryp sends 30 delivery orders per day to each restaurant at 40 cents an order. That's a potential income of $600 per day, not to mention the referral commissions you can be earning coming from those who you referred. And let's not forget about the $1,000 per month for signing up those drivers in the earlier example. That's $231,000 a year. The numbers are truly staggering. Welcome to a new delivery and rideshare company where drivers earn more, consumers and riders pay less, and restaurants are charged less. TripRides, going places, doing good.
Man, now if that doesn't get you super excited, I don't know what does. But that is huge. And I'm sure you now are being bombarded with questions
I am.
to the commission, and Art will get to them as quickly as he can. So again, there's some additional things of the commission plan that I will just kind of leave up here for a moment. If you want to take a screenshot, also this training will be provided in a link afterwards, and they're recorded as well. So if you want to read it, you don't have to scramble to write everything down now. And so then how does TripDelivers work for the consumer? So for anyone that hasn't seen our new sign up flow, we'll kind of walk through that now so you can kind of see exactly what it's going to look like for everyone.
Starting with their phone number. Once they enter their phone number, it's going to send a one-time passcode. They'll enter that one-time passcode and it'll bring them to the screen that they will begin to enter their personal information. First name. If it's not already in our system, it will accept it, or they can choose for one that begins to auto-populate for them. So they'll hit next, which will then bring them to the delivery screen. It's going to default currently to delivery. They can do restaurant or grocery, and they'll see what restaurants are open or closed. They can pick on the restaurant they choose. The menu will populate, and they can then order. Looks like we're going to order a burger and 2 fries and hot dogs. Then it's going to bring us to the confirmation screen where we need to confirm the delivery address. It's going to auto-populate to where you currently reside, but you can move it if you're having it delivered somewhere else. You can put in an apartment number, and then you load to the place where you can complete the order. Looks like we're going to move it down to 1 hot dog and fries instead of 2, and add a tip. So the tip is currently in dollar amounts, does have a custom box. It will soon change to percentage. From there, if you've never ordered before, it's going to ask you to enter your credit card information. And that's the standard information that it's always going to ask, like your card number, the expiration date, the CVV from the back, name on the card, and then it's also going to do your billing address, which may be different from the delivery address. So you'll enter that information here. It will ask you for your email and phone number just to confirm. So you'll enter that information and you'll save that payment. Once that payment's been saved, it's going to take you to the next screen, which is to confirm that restaurant order that you just placed. So you've done that. You see everything that you ordered, and then you swipe over to confirm. You will receive a confirmation text as well as an email. And then you can kind of track your order by going to your order history and seeing what step along the process it's currently in. From there, we'll show you what it's going to look like from the driver side. So the driver will start also with a phone number. They're going to enter that. It's going to again generate that one-time passcode that they will enter. And then they'll begin entering their information. So first name, last name, their username, which again, like a rider, you can either populate or type yourself. Gender, your email, date of birth, and then if you happen to have a referral code of someone who referred you, you could enter it there. That is an optional field, and then you'll pick what type of vehicle you have. In this instance, we have a car. And then we're going to find our address. So if I'm currently signed up where I'm sitting, it'll populate. You will currently have to enter a state again. However, once we get our geofencing complete, that will come off. You'll enter your social security number, which will take you to the next screen, which is entering all of your documentation. So you're gonna upload your driver's license from your either photos, or you can take a photo. You're going to have to do a selfie to make sure that it matches with that driver's license. And once you've done that, it then is going to ask for your insurance information and your vehicle registration information. So once you've uploaded that, you then will be done in the process until you are approved. So until those documents are approved, you won't be able to do any rides, and you're agreeing to those terms. And then of course, like I said, you can't purchase. So on our side, this is what our admin looks like. This allows us to go in and see what drivers are pending that have uploaded their documents that need approval. So part of our approval process is we'll go through, verify the documents. We can deny one or more of the documents based on various reasons, like blurred image or something to that effect. And we can also approve right on the spot. So after the 4 required documents have been approved, that driver then becomes active in the system. Once they're active in the system, they then will be able to complete deliveries and turn their driver app on. So it looks like we're still disapproving a few of the documents here. And you'll see that they then become an active driver, and they then sit in the active status. So then we'll come back into the driver app because now they've been approved. So it's going to show us our 2 choices, the side hustler and the pro driver. They'll be able to pick what subscription model they want. And looks like this one is going to be the side hustler, and they'll be able to purchase. Because I've never made a purchase before as a driver, I will have to enter the card information. This is the card that I would want to pay with now. It will also remain as your monthly reoccurring card, but it can easily be changed in your back office as well. So we're entering our information. We then will have to do billing address because it may be different from where you currently sit. So all of that will be entered like it was for the rider. And then we'll again also ask for your email and phone number. Now, once that has been saved, it is going to bring us on in this process, which will allow someone to finally toggle on their driver app. So gonna have to confirm again that I wanted that side hustler, I want to charge it to that card, and now I'm done. So great thing is we will enter ask then for your banking information. So we are going to ask for your routing number, your account number. We're going to ask for your tax ID or EIN. Also could be a social security number. The direct deposit type. So are we going to do this a checking or a savings? And then we're also going to ask your account type, whether that is going to be a personal account or a commercial account. So once that's been done and saved, you are official. So it'll populate to the map, and from there you can go to your menu and toggle it on, and you are now ready to drive. So from there, you sit and you wait, and then guess what? You're going to have an order come through. So it's going to give you a ringtone, and it's going to give you a pop-up that's going to say, would you like to accept this order? And it's going to then populate the the directions, and the directions are going to take you to the restaurant, and the restaurant, once you arrive, you'll hit arrive, and it's going to bring you into the information for the order, who you're picking up. Once you're ready to leave, you will then hit start delivery. And then once you arrive at your location, you'll mark it as delivered, and then you'll be able to rate your experience. So once you populate back in as the rider, you get a push notification that your order was delivered, and you'll be able to rate your experience as well. And then you'll be able to see that your ongoing orders will change along the process. So if you'll see this one moved on to prepare, and then the first one, it's complete because it was delivered. So that is for merchants. Once they are in their app, they will see the delivery list of orders that they have to approve, and they will be able to see the history of the order. So currently they have an order to approve, so then they will approve or reject depending on the status. That will then update the rider, and that is the first step in the process before it ever gets assigned. Is that
All right. So for anyone that hasn't seen that update to the app, it is very exciting and wonderful. So next, we will process of signing up the restaurant. So congrats, you sold a restaurant. Now what? So your first step is going to send a provided link, and that link will bring the merchant to a one sheet to fill out and complete their payment. Right now, let's say I live in Lubbock, Texas, and I want to start selling merchants. I obviously know that Lubbock is not one of the 3 original first launches, which are going to be Houston, Atlanta, and Miami, South Florida. So at that time, I'm going to let the restaurant know that $1 will be authorized at the time of sign up. But once your market is open and ready, the system's going to charge the activation fee of $149.99 and the $99 annual membership if they chose to go that route. So there is going to definitely be a way to sell these restaurants prior to the market actually being live and ready to accept orders. So the process is going to be to close the sale. You have that new restaurant partner. You're also going to provide a link to the merchant for sign up and payment. You're going to come back and complete the merchant onboarding form. And that basically provides us with the logo, the menu, the hours, basically everything we need to be able to upload that merchant into our system. And you're going to complete the tablet request form if they need one. So if they're going to do POS integration, and you'll be able to mark this on that one form, then obviously we don't want to send them a tablet. But if they need a tablet, they've got to have that tablet before they can get orders. So we need that tablet request form filled out. We're going to ship their tablet, and that tablet's already going to be uploaded with the app. So they're basically going to be able to turn it on and go. We're going to get their menu created. We will get the menu approved by the merchant. And once that's approved and we verify they have their tablet, then the merchant's going to be live and ready for orders. So that you guys know what those forms will look like, and they're very simple. Is that one sheeter, the electronic link that we send you, is basically going to bring you to a type of form like this. That's going to allow them to fill out all their necessary information, contact information, their hours. They're going to be able to sign and move on. The merchant onboarding form that you will fill out is that Google form, and it's basically going to be your email address so that if we have any questions, we can come back to you. Also, we know who's selling. The merchant name, address, phone number, the decision maker's name, phone number, email, the restaurant web address, which is really important, especially if they have a menu online, the restaurant's hours per day, uploading the menu, uploading the restaurant logo, and then also sending that one page that was created, uploading that, and then submitting it. We'll get notification, and then we'll begin the next process. And then that tablet request form is going to be super simple. The email address for yourself, again, the merchant name, decision maker, shipping address, and that is so that we can send them a copy of the shipping notification. That's why we ask for this email address. And then we'll also send you one so that you're aware and they're aware of every step throughout the process. So it's really going to be a rather easy sign up process. And then we've also provided you a way to send an email. So lots of times we send these links and we're not getting them back and we don't know why and we're wondering. This is a quick little email just to copy and paste, like, hey, here's your link. Please just type your name into the blanks, hit enter, and we've got it good. And then we're telling them about the next steps. So you'll hear from our team within 24 to 48 hours, and then we'll go from there. So we've also created a role play video so that you can watch it and get familiar with what it's going to be like to actually sell a restaurant. So we'll go ahead and play that now.
Hey, Kelly,
Thank you so much for deciding to meet with me today. I really appreciate it and allowing me to come in and discuss third-party delivery with you.
Oh, no problem. I'm excited to hear about it.
Wonderful. So talk to me a little bit about third-party delivery. Who are you currently using now?
So right now we're just using Grubhub and DoorDash. We had started with Uber before COVID hit, and then just decided that those two were the ones that were really performing the best throughout this, weird time we're in. So right now we're sticking with those two.
Okay, perfect. And out of those two, who sends you the most orders?
DoorDash seems to send us the most. We had a lot more, corporate, like catering type lunches and stuff with Grubhub, and DoorDash seems to be more individuals and families, it looks like. So that's what's doing really well right now.
Okay, very cool. And how many orders are they sending you per month?
Let's see. Well, I would say like 20 a day on average. So, they do fairly well for us.
Wow, that's a lot. And what commission are you having to pay them to receive those orders?
Well, I think I got them at a pretty good rate since they were like the last ones to come into the market. We're at 20%, and I know I've heard some other places that are paying more than that. So I felt pretty good about 20.
Perfect. And of that 20%, what's kind of an average ticket that they're sending you?
Oh, it's probably around like $26, $27, something like that.
Okay. And how does that vary from when someone's eating in your restaurant?
Well, I would say it's definitely lower than when they're dining in, because we can't do alcohol delivery in Oklahoma. And when people are dining in, at least one of them are typically ordering a drink of some sort. So, we're seeing the tickets lower just because we can't do alcohol.
Okay, that makes sense. So not only are they sending you orders less than your average, but then they're also taking 20% on top of that.
Correct.
Yikes. So right now it looks like you're giving them about $5.40 per order, correct?
That would sound about right, yeah.
And then on the back end for the customer, they're also doing a delivery fee and a service charge?
I think so. To be honest, I haven't used it a ton as a consumer, but I think that's right.
Okay. So you're giving up some, and then your customers are also losing out because they're paying more. Are you marking up your menu on DoorDash?
Only on some of our items that we have just, harder margins. We've already eliminated some things off of our menu just because it's hard to get certain things right now. But there's a few things that we have increased the prices on.
Okay. So with TripDelivers, we basically don't do things like the third-party delivery companies. We're not going to do markup. We're not going to charge you a per commission. We're going to make it very easy, no hidden fees, and very transparent for not only you, but also your orders or riders, so we call them.
Okay.
How Tryp works is that we have the same app type platform and online ordering like the third parties. So they download TripDelivers, be able to see a map, be able to order and check out the same way. And
okay.
One of our drivers would pick up that order from your store and then get it delivered to the rider. So how it varies different is that we don't charge that commission that you're currently getting charged. So that 20% goes away. And 20% is a really good rate, by the way. I've seen it as high as 50%.
Wow.
So what happens is you pay $149 activation fee. And that pays for your tablet, and it pays for your menu creation, and it pays for some of the marketing materials that we send you. And after that one-time fee of $149, the only thing you pay is a per order fee of $3. So no commission.
Okay.
And your customers aren't paid any kind of service fee. They do pay a delivery fee on average of about $6.
Okay.
Now, based on what you told me about DoorDash, that they're currently sending you about 100 orders per month. We have a way that you can basically buy down your delivery fees. So if you prepaid the $239 instead of the $149, you would have every delivery fee of only $2 rather than $3.
Okay. Do I get any other like benefits if I'm paying more, or like, do you provide any marketing, or do you provide like anything else for that extra fee?
Yeah, we provide all of the marketing and stickers and material you're going to need. But we do that either way. That's part of the $149. Basically, that other $99 is prepaying for some of the dollar delivery fees. So it just basically makes sure that you are paying or more controlling the cost than if you just
Okay.
had no idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah, gotcha.
Perfect.
What if I don't like it? Like, what if I'm either not happy with anything? Then does that make me be stuck into something, or can I cancel it?
Yeah, you can cancel it. The $149 and the $99. So the $149 is a one-time fee, non-refundable, and the $99 is an annual fee, but also non-refundable. So you will have been out the $239, but paying more than that.
Okay, that makes sense. But I'm not locked into a contract necessarily.
No, not at all.
Okay, I don't like contracts.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So what other questions can I answer about Tryp and the service that we provide?
What's your mile radius? Because that is one thing that like I haven't been super happy with, is I feel like the radius with DoorDash is just not big enough, and you can get, everywhere here pretty quickly from where my restaurant's located. So can I control that at all, or what does that look like?
Yeah, I think DoorDash works off a 5-mile radius. We automatically set in at 8, but you're
Okay.
able to control that. So based on the fact that you know your market and you know how long it takes to get places, you let us know what you feel comfortable and where you think your food travels well to, and mark it with that, and we go from there.
Okay, what about my POS? Do you, like, when orders come in, is that coming through my POS system so that I'm notified, or do you have like a tablet? With DoorDash, I have a tablet.
So if you remember that $149 activation fee, that includes your tablet, or it includes integration into your POS. We currently integrate with Olo.
Okay.
And any others we don't currently integrate with, we're working on it. So you'd have to use the tablet until we are.
Okay, and then I could just switch it, like give my tablet back and switch it over to the POS.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that sound like something you'd want to do?
Yeah, I don't have any other questions that I can think of right now.
Do you want to do
Yeah.
the $149 and $3, or the $239 and $2 delivery fee?
No, I'm all about saving. So if I can, as long as I'm not locked into anything, then I mean, I would say the higher one's probably better, so that I'm only paying $2 per delivery. That sounds good.
I mean, especially with the 100 orders that you're receiving a month, you basically would prepay for that in a month, and the other 11 months, you're basically saving. So,
Right. Yeah. No, that sounds good.
Perfect. So what we do from here is I just need to fill out this 1-page agreement with you, grab a PDF or JPEG of your logo, and then a copy of your menu. And then from there, what will happen is you'll get an email confirmation letting you know that your tablet has been ordered and shipped. And then you'll receive an approval email to be able to approve your menu online. Does that sound good?
Yep, sounds good.
Perfect. So if you can just collect a little bit of information like the credit card you want to use for the 239, I'll start filling out your address and phone number now.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So that's just a small sample of what a restaurant sales call might go like if everything went perfectly. Clearly, that restaurateur was knowledgeable about delivery. They were happy to discuss and they were looking to save money. I think one of the key things there is towards the end, we spoke about 149 versus 239. And that's just, you know, breaking down the 149.99 and combining it into one just to make it so much easier, because the number one thing in sales is to keep everything very simple. And 239 with $2 versus 149 at $3 is a whole lot easier to explain than, well, you got 149 for this and 99 for this and 2 and 3 and all of that. So that in a nutshell is our restaurant TripDelivers training. I hope that you learned a ton, and Art and I will stick around for a moment to see what questions we might have. Art, anything we couldn't answer?
So far we're good. Somebody was asking about which POS platforms we'll offer, you know, for connectivity. I just noted that we'll have that information very soon.
Yep, definitely. And if you guys have any friends who would benefit well from this training, remember that we are still giving the same training every day this week. So in the evening, then we do have 2 daytime. So whichever works best for their schedule, feel free to have them. Or if you just want to join back in for additional, you know, refresh, feel free to do that as well. Julio, I see your question about will every restaurant receive a tablet? If you order a tablet through our tablet request form, yes. If they do not need a tablet because they can have POS integration, I suggest they don't have a tablet. They tend to get smashed. They tend to get lost. Sometimes the Wi-Fi isn't stable. So definitely POS integration is the way you want them to go. But if we don't speak to their current POS system, the only other option is a tablet. Hey, Bill. So how do you reply to the objection of just send me information, especially as a brush off? Really easy. I could send you some information, but it wouldn't be as wonderful as me giving it to you right now. Do you just have 5 minutes for me? Or I'll send you some information, but it's only going to be half information until you give me 3 minutes of your time. Just be snarky back to them. I mean, the worst they're going to do is hang up on you, and you're certainly not being rude. We definitely will further explain POS integration when we get to it, and as far as what integration, what POSs we do integrate with and how it happens. It definitely is not an integration that would be anything the restaurateur, the driver, or ourselves would do. It basically is integration that would happen with our tech person and being able to work that in the background, and it's almost seamless, so they would never know. For adjusting their menu online, they will be able to adjust description and items, not prices, because we want prices to be controlled by the menu and not by the restaurant, because we want no menu markup. So those things they can do within their backend system, and it's very simple. If they run out of something, they can easily turn it off. If they have a new menu item, they can add it. If they need to change prices, they would have to provide us with a new menu, and we will have an email that is menu@TripRides that will basically be where we will ask them to send it. And we will also have a dedicated customer service that will be able to answer these type of questions as well. I definitely think selling in person is better. I am a walk-in kind of girl. So I walk in, I leave with contracts. If you do not feel comfortable walking in, you can always call, but I'm definitely a walk-in kind of girl. Yes, there will be a demo or video connected to the platform, definitely later on. And we will provide back office help for the restaurants, absolutely. We'll also have frequently asked questions for the merchants. We will also have how to email. So if they do call into customer service, they will receive the information by phone, but then they will also receive a follow-up email with a step-to-step guide, which will also include a link to a video. So they will have it both visually to read, and then they can watch it and hear it as well. So Isaac, I see your question regarding other platforms. It just depends. What other third-party companies do is if you see really, really high delivery fees on a third party, it's because they do not have an agreement with that restaurant. They're simply calling and placing the order over the phone, paying by a credit card, and sending a delivery driver. So they're going to charge $10, $12, $14 to be able to make enough money to pay that delivery driver to go and pick it up. So you definitely will not only serve delivery fees, but you also have service fee and menu markup. So you might find that a restaurant is, or a consumer is paying a ridiculous amount for a delivery fee because it's not a partnership that third party company has. They're basically just putting that menu up for what they call research. So the tablet will not have insurance, but they will have a way that they can request a new tablet that will be paid. And it is definitely not at the $149. I think it's a discounted rate. I want to say it's $75 for replacement tablets, and that is included in their agreement. So they do know that they need to take care of those. Absolutely. All of our marketing will include information about ours versus theirs, as far as like our delivery versus third party. We also plan on doing exact same city orders. So I'm going to order from Grubhub. I'm going to order from DoorDash. I'm going to order from Uber Eats. The exact same thing I'm going to order from TripDelivers, and see what my delivery or my total is for delivery. Same exact order, all 4 platforms. And definitely be able to advertise that. So we definitely will be doing all of that kind of market research once we get live in various markets. I think, Tony, to answer your question, and Art can correct me, when Bob says that we can go live is when we have, 500 restaurants in a particular city?
Yeah, it's right now we think it's 500, but also, even though we've just have these first 3 markets opening, yeah, I know there's some groups of folks who've got like lots of restaurants ready to go. So Bob is not going to be the guy who holds back on not being able to get something open. If you've got restaurants and we've got enough drivers in the area, that city will go right to the top of the list. It's easy for us to just flip a switch and turn it on. We just got to make sure you have what you need to support the restaurants that you open or that we open.
Hey, Denny, 5,000 restaurants would be not possible in most markets. Most markets don't have that many restaurants to support. So it's definitely 500. And definitely the key is having enough drivers. So it's a great mix, but the restaurants, as they say, if you build it, they will come.
And there are a lot of cities that maybe only will have 300 restaurants. And if we've got the majority of those signed up, or they're willing to sign up, and we've got the drivers, there'd be no reason not to open.
Yeah, definitely. And Anthony will definitely provide some sort of logo or badge. But most of the time, if you have a business card, a badge isn't even necessary. You can just walk in and speak with authority and know what you're talking about, and they definitely will allow you to get signed up. All right. Art, you want to shut it down for tonight?
Yeah, I think we're good. And again, if you have questions that you want to get answered, bring them to the next training, and we'd be happy to try to answer them.
Yeah, definitely.
You can also send them to support. We can answer them that way as well.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I appreciate everyone for joining. I hope everyone learned at least one thing tonight. And like I said, we'll be here again tomorrow, same time. So feel free to join us. We'll talk to everyone soon. Thank you.